Hey everyone, Danielle Fitzpatrick Clark here. I am the owner of DFC Strategy and Coaching, and I'm also a #1 best-selling author and biz coach. So today I'm going to talk to you about listening to your intuition in business, and really as someone who's super busy and a mom of 3 kids, and it's been crazy summer vacation. This is something that I have really been challenged to work on this summer. So, so I really wanted to speak to you guys about this today, and just maybe even some tips so that you can really start working on this for yourself. And I hear it all the time, like intuition is something that's totally different than what the logical brain says, right? So we know what the logical brain says, and for me, it's not a masculine sounding voice, but it is kind of a harsher voice that's like, do, go, go, go. Um, and that I also end up feeling very tired if I listen to it for too long. And not that there's not a place, because there totally is a place for my logic, for that to push me forward and move me forward. And sometimes I really do call on that part of myself. And then there's other times where I really feel like my intuitive voice is serving me so much better in my business. There's a lot of cases for this. Whenever I'm being creative is when I really need to focus on my intuition and what that part of me is saying. So if I'm writing content, if I'm connecting to my dream clients, if I'm doing any kind of connecting to other people, it's kind of that opening up feeling and expansive feeling that's when I really tune into my intuition. It's not just the writing piece, but it's anything that actually is coming up with visionary ideas, right? Big ideas, big ideas. That's when I tune into my intuition so that I can make sense of what's absolutely possible for me. And that, those huge ideas, I love those. I love tapping into that part of myself, because big pictures and where I'm heading is how I really plan out my day to day. Most days, I plan out my day to day based on that big visionary idea. So, intuition is so important for business. I know that this isn't something that I always speak to, but I try to speak to it as much as possible because I do know the importance of it. Um, and knowing how challenging it has been for me to step into that intuitive part of myself during business hours, I have come up with some solutions that have worked really well for me. So, you know, and that's why I posted a video for my Facebook group this morning. If you're in my group, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, this is what I say. I say, give yourself some space to be still. That is so challenging as a mom, to find space to be still and to not have someone chatting at you. So I have to be very intentional about the space time, the space time. And that comes to me in the mornings when no one else is awake, or later at night when no one else is awake. So there's not much time in between during the summer, but normally during school days, there's that time after lunch that's really good for me to meditate and to be still, and it's almost a restful, peaceful time for myself that I try to give myself every single day without any interruptions. That's my time. So again, that's been difficult to do in the summer. So I know for you busy mompreneurs, that may be something that you haven't tapped into a lot this summer, and that's okay. That's okay. It's not about you have to do this. It's just about giving you guys some encouragement to just find some time that does work for you, and just making sure that that's without interruption. Um, Holding boundaries. Yeah, this has been really important for me to bring intuition into my business. I know normally we think of boundaries as something very masculine, very logical, but this is something that's actually more part of the intuitive piece for me. And because my intuitive because I've been getting the intuitive nudge to hold boundaries and to not break those boundaries. For me, it's about not breaking those and not, for instance, this morning, I took some time to meditate and my phone rang and I had the decision, and I stopped and I made just the conscious decision to not go and pick up that phone and to leave it be and to finish the meditation, because I was actually onto something really wonderful in my processing for that morning. So I didn't pick up the phone. I held that boundary that this is me time, and I had a wonderful aha moment for my life and for my business. So, and that is challenging. It's very challenging for the get it all done, go-getter type of person that I am, to hold those boundaries. And what I've come to realize is that boundary setting isn't a race. It's not just like, okay, I'm putting up all these boundaries and no one's going to touch me when I put up these boundaries and I race myself to put these up. No, it doesn't have to be like that. In fact, if you aren't really great at setting boundaries like me, baby steps is probably the best way to put up those boundaries. So put up one wall and just say, okay, these are my office hours, and no one's going to come into my office hours unless I've invited them. Um, that's kind of something I started with. I'm like, okay, I have office hours. Another thing that I did is I set in my calendar and I repeated it every single day. I have 15 minutes of writing time from 8 to 8:15 every night. Do I always hold those? No, but I do a lot of my writing within those 15 minutes. And this writing isn't for my business. This is for me. So this is creative writing. This is, I like to write fiction. So this is time for my fiction writing. And that has meant the world to me to have those 15 minutes and hold those boundaries. And I put it right in my calendar too. So um, make room for self-expression every day. Here's another piece of how I bring my creativity into my business. And, self-expression is really important to me. And this is what I call my creative outlet. And my creative outlet is, writing, singing, anything that's playful. I love to play. It's part of what makes me happy is to approach things in a playful manner. So anything that's playful is creative in my mind. The outside world can wait they can wait for me to play a little bit every day. That is what I tell myself, like, you know what, everything else can wait because I'm playing right now. So that is just what I wanted to talk to you and how important that is for your business. And this has really helped me during those times where I'm starting to feel the burnout, the entrepreneurial burnout, and I know when I get to the point of feeling the entrepreneurial burnout, it's because I have been going hardcore for way too long and just doing, and I'm not listening to my intuition. When I do that, I feel stretched. I feel very thinned. And I feel like I'm just about ready to take a very long nap to just catch up. So that's when I don't listen to my intuition, when I don't listen to the gentle nudging of my intuition, I get to burnout. And when I get to burnout and I'm still not listening, then I either get sick, and this has happened many times before where I've gotten really sick. And not just me, my family's gotten sick. And I haven't been able to work. I've actually had to stop working. I can recall on my last summit during the promo period and then the first week, I was laying in bed sick, typing on my computer while laying on the side. So I was severely burnt out. I was very tired, and then I got very sick. So these are some of the things that happen that can affect your life and your business if you're not listening to the gentle nudges of your intuition and what it's telling you. Because a lot of times it's telling you to take a step back, process something, set some boundaries, it's encouraging you to be creative and to even if it doesn't make logical sense, it may be worth taking a second look at. So I hope that helps. I love doing these videos for you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. And I am really starting to build up my YouTube channel. So you will see a link to my YouTube channel. Come subscribe. I'm going to be putting videos like this and a few more out there. So I'd love for you guys to keep up with me that way. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, everyone.